Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Okay, I wasn't singing, just ignore that. But hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's Hepzibah. So as you may know, or as y'all may know, or as some of you may know, I recently relocated from the, hey, where's Pennsylvania? Northwest, northwest, somewhere up in the north. Okay, I recently relocated from Pennsylvania to down south. So this is about to be a story time. Okay, I am going to share with you guys some of my experiences with relocating. First off, I just really want to say that moving is not easy. It's not for the faint at heart. It is not a child's, it's no joke. Like, bro, at some point I was just like, I need my dad and my mom and my brothers. I'm just laughing at myself because that whole hard girl thing, it wasn't going anywhere for me. Sister was tired. Hey God, it was a lot. It was so stressful. Like, let's even start with moving heavy stuff, lifting heavy stuff. Oh my God. Yeah, after moving for like, I think the next couple of days, I think it was like the next maybe 8 to 10 days, I was just sleeping. I was sleeping like a homeless person that they picked up and cleaned up and just gave the person shelter. Like, I crashed. Okay, and yeah, I went off. I slept for a very long time. So I'm so excited to be back to my routine. Well, I'm not fully there yet, but I'm definitely setting up a routine and like a system that would help me at least navigate my classes, as well as, you know, recording things on YouTube and then settling in. But I just came here to share with you guys my story. Before I started moving, I really wanted to make it more hands-on. Like, I wanted to make it more visual for you guys. I wanted to show you guys the processes. But when I tell you that a sister was tired, it's not T-I-R-E-D. It's not that kind of tired. T-A-Y-A-D. Like, I was from my heart. I just couldn't. I wasn't even thinking of lifting my camera to do anything. And I remember one of my close friends, when I went to stay with her after I moved out of Huntington, she was like, girl, why are you not recording this whole process? And I was just like, that's the last thing on my mind. Like, it's just not one of those things I'm thinking about right now. I was just exhausted. Okay, and I'm going to show you guys like some of the things I learned about moving and just my experience, because why not? Okay, so I was still working when I moved. Even, you know, while moving, I had a project that I was working on, but I was working part-time, not full-time anymore. So thank the Lord for my amazing boss. Moving was stressful, but that was when I learned about, you know, packing, getting moving boxes from Lowe's as opposed to getting like Walmart boxes and stuff like that. Then of course I had to give away some things that I felt like I could do without, and if I needed them I could buy them here. So packing was, for me, wasn't so much because I didn't have a lot, so that part was the easiest part for me. Shipping, I'm seriously considering having a shipping company, like a business, because those people are making money. Hey, wow, the boxes I took there, wow, when they called the prices, I was like, wow, am I too broke, or is this expensive? I don't understand. It was a little bit pricey, but I think it was pricey because I used US Postal Service. Well, I was told that there were other options such as using the Greyhound and what other options do people tell me? But I couldn't trust Greyhound with my boxes. So as a child of God, I just went to USPS and I knew that it was going to be safe and would get to where I was going to on time. So lifting those boxes, God bless one of my coworkers that really helped me, because at some point, after lifting those boxes for days, I couldn't feel my shoulders. Like I was sore from lifting those things when I'm not a weightlifter. So yeah, it came to shipping. Those things were pricey. So if you're planning to move, save your coins, because you're gonna bleed money, especially if you're moving from one state to another. Just save your coins, okay? So I mailed those things, and then I still had some suitcases. It's funny how you accumulate so much and you don't even know you've accumulated a lot. Like I did not know that I would have more than 3 suitcases for clothes. Like I don't really shop that much. I don't shop that much, but I still had that much clothing, and I was like, where are these clothes coming from? Like where did they come from? How did they enter my closet? And I just the daughter of man could not, but I still had to pack them because at that point I'd given away a lot. Well, I'd given away some of my clothing as well. So there was that. I moved to my friend's house because I already had a moving date. So that was how I learned. No, let me backtrack it a little bit. So I had mailed the things, but let me give you guys a gist. So after I accepted my offer to my school, I decided, okay, what's the next logical thing to do as an adult? Find an apartment, right? So I reached out to some people in my cohort, but I think they already had plans, so they were not really looking for a housemate. So I was just like, okay, time to start searching for apartments. You people, if I tell you how tedious apartment hunting can be, especially when you're in a different state, one, and then number 2 is like, I think I was apartment hunting into when COVID became a nightmare, and so they started giving virtual tours. So apartment hunting wasn't the easiest, but I was grateful to have, so my grad school provided a something locators, apartment locators, and they compiled a list of different places in the medical center that I could look at. And so I started looking at some of these places. The easiest way was to call, man. I would call those people and just tell them what I was looking for, and they would send the prices. That's when I started saying that I'm about to be a full-blown adult, man. The bills, I was like, why are there this many bills? Like, why do I have to pay all these things? So I started calling, and I had some things in mind that I was looking out for. I wanted a second floor. I wanted a place that was somewhat close to my school. I don't have a car right now, so I wanted a place that was accessible, or that I could take the bus in the medical center. So those are some of the things in my head, and it was interesting. But the good thing is, because people here have to be nice, customer service. So some people were nice, but there's this one lady that I called, and I was like, oh, I'm looking to get an apartment and this and this. I told her what I was looking for, and she was like, okay, we have this, but it's on the first floor. I was like, no sis, I don't want the first floor. Like, I do not want the first floor. And she was almost arguing with me, why can't you take the first floor? The first floor is what I can guarantee you right now. But I was like, girl, I'm the one that's going to be paying this bill. Okay, the bills that comes with the apartment, this is what I said I want. And she was just like, well, I cannot guarantee that we would have a second floor. We may have a third floor. I was like, no, I want the second floor. And she was just going on, but like, why don't you want the first floor? I was like, you know what, please let me know. No, not to let me know. She was like, okay, call me back in 2 weeks so that I can tell you if you have that available. I was like, okay, thank you. I just figured that I would not have to call anymore, because that was but she was a little bit rude to me, so I was like, nope, I'm not doing this. But yeah, finding an apartment wasn't the easiest. And when I found the apartment, I found out that I had to apply for my apartment, I had to submit my credit score and all of that fun stuff. At some point I felt like they were asking us for blood, okay? And it took a while to get all of that processed. They made me sign, fill out some documents as a non-US citizen or a resident, and I was just like, wow, this was interesting. But anywho, at the end of the day, and after over a month, about 6 weeks or so, I finally got an apartment. I needed a guarantor, so yeah, I didn't get my credit card until last year, 2019. So I don't think my credit score was the greatest for someone who wanted an apartment, so I needed a guarantor. So my guarantor filled out the application too. I felt so bad because they're also asking her for, I feel like they just wanted a proof of her existence. I don't even understand what they were looking out for. I just felt so bad. Every time I'd ask her, I'd be like, oh Jesus. I'm like, this is an extra work that she has to do. But thankfully she did that, and then we heard back from them, and it gave me the steps to follow prior to moving in. So now I was dealing with that and setting up my apartment now, and I was also dealing with relocating. I already had my ticket, but I had to buy some basic stuff because, you know, I was moving without a mattress. I had to buy a mattress, and I needed it to be timed such that when I moved, I would have at least my mattress in my apartment, my mattress, electricity, and what else? My renter's insurance set. You guys, it was a lot. It was a lot, but we thanked the Lord that we survived it. So I stayed at my friend's place for a little over a week, and then I traveled, because I traveled on the day of my moving, because he cannot move in before, you know, that moving date is set, and you can't put any of your stuff in the apartment until your moving date. So I came, and then at the airport I was trying to like pay the what's it called, the rent for that month. And don't forget, like I said, I was also on a project, so I was also trying to do that, as well as, you know, set up some things for my apartment. So now I called them at the airport, and I was like, hey, what's up? I was trying to pay this, and he asked me for a tenant ID, but I did not see that. Like, you guys did not send that email to me. And they're like, oh yeah, we need your guarantor to fill this last form. I was like, do you have conscience? Why is my guarantor just, it's not supposed to be this stressful. Like, I was like, hey God, these people. So now I had to call my guarantor, and I was like, I'm so sorry. But she was nice enough. She was like, okay, don't worry, calm down, we're going to do this. So she filled it out immediately, and I'm sure that their forms were not short. I'm sure they were like detailed. Again, this was one of the 157 many forms that she was supposed to fill. So now she filled this out. In fact, it took a while for them to even send it to her. Let me even put that out there. And then she filled it out. So now I was at the airport with my 3 suitcases and hand luggage. During the pandemic, I was standing in the airport because I didn't want to leave, waiting for them to sort all these things out. Hey God, I was just like, see, if my dad was here, I would just allow him to take charge of handling the suitcases, or maybe one of my brothers were here. They would handle the suitcase while I figure out all these things. Like, why do I have to do this? I just want, like, oh my God. Please. I was just like, wow, I don't want to be a strong woman anymore. No, I just want to relax and be taken care of. Like, I don't want to be a strong woman for what? No dear, what is all of that? So I had to wait for them to send it to my guarantor. My guarantor filled it out, and guys, we just thank the Lord, everything worked out well after an hour and maybe 30 minutes or so. I paid the rent. I made sure that, oh, another thing that came up, they were like, oh, my renter's insurance, they haven't gotten it yet, so I can't really. I said, but I set this thing up, what's people's problem? So I had to call my renter's insurance to make sure that it was good, sent it to them. I made sure that, you know, I had the green light before I left the airport. At that point, I just really wanted to sleep a bit. The daughter of mine was tired. I was just tired, exhausted. So came here, had everything set up, moved in with my suitcases, and the good news was I then found my mattress was here. So I was like, thank God, at least I can sleep or something. But then with like setting up, like getting other furniture, I just, it is still stressful because I'm still going through that because of the pandemic. Factories were shut down, so of course there'll be delay in like delivery stuff, but also delay in having the, what's it called, the furniture that you want. So some of the things I ordered haven't arrived because, you know, pandemic. So yeah, moving the middle of the pandemic is yeah, if you don't have to move, don't move, but if you have to move, you got this. So yeah, I relocated, and yeah, you know, some of the amazing things I learned was that I could lift heavy stuff. But do I want to do it again? Nope. No, I think maybe if I'm moving from this place, I'll probably just hire movers, like professional movers. I will park and sit down and cross my leg and allow them to move everything in and out of my apartment or wherever I'm going to next, and then I'll just organize things. Because whoa, for days after I came to my apartment, I was aching, like I was in pain. But moving has been quite an experience for me. Has definitely taught me a lot. Like maybe I'm considering maybe a master's in engineering, I don't know. But definitely has taught me a lot, and you know, moving forward, I think I might be better prepared to, you know, deal with setting things up, setting an apartment up. But it was fun, but it was a lot. Okay, it was a lot getting everything set up down to internet. Jeez, we thank the Lord though, we survived, we made it. I said I was going to play that Frank Edwards Thank God I Made It, because that was just how I felt when I just got into my apartment and opened my mattress. Yeah, I just fell asleep because the girl was tired. So yes, that is my moving experience. Like I said, I really wanted it to be visual, like I wanted to show you guys the process, but honestly, when you're moving, that's the last thing on your mind, especially if you're moving and you like you have a lot of things to plan. You're not really thinking of vlogging anything because you're stressed. Let me just tell you guys, I was stressed for the most part. In fact, there wasn't a time after I moved, like I was on the phone with my mom and she was just worried, oh, how is this going? And I got irritated. Just because, and she knew it was just nerves, like frustration. She was like, calm down, you know, moving is stressful. It's just like a child learning how to walk. You're going to a new place, you don't know anybody there, you're trying to learn certain things, so just be patient with yourself. And I was like, that's true though, that is true. I had to be patient with myself. I had to just be like, hey, this doesn't work out today, we'll try again tomorrow and the day after, and we just keep trying, okay? Because that's just life, and at the end of the day I will be settled in before school starts. That was just my goal. So yes, thank you so much for watching this video, and I just really wanted to share with you guys, and that I wanted to take time off from being an independent woman just because I was moving, but definitely something I learned, and thank God that I had people that were always telling me that was just to plan ahead, plan early. That helped me a lot, like with planning ahead, planning early, keeping in touch, requesting stuff, just being honest and like seeking help. Like my boss was also my boss was also amazing, like, and she was like, make sure you have a grocery store close to it. Ooh, I did not think about that, but yeah, because transportation and groceries are very important. And you know, setting up things early, reaching out to the leasing office and stuff like that. So definitely, like, planning things are out, although stressful. Like, I think planning ahead really helped me a lot until I got to internet, because I struggled a lot before I set up my internet. But you know, we overcame, and we're here now. We have internet, we're ready for school, so that's great. But yeah, that's I decided to share with you guys, you know, that's that aspect or that area of my life, moving, relocating. And now I am in Texas, and I'm still settling in, don't get me wrong, but now most of the things I think I need to buy for my apartment would I'll probably order them online, because just because. And you know, like, some of the basic things that I'm going to get still they're in the works. So for now, I'm just like, if I can cook and eat, and I can sleep, and I have a place where I can study, I'm a little bit good, and then I keep going. But yeah, guys, I just wanted to share to people my experience. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Until then, please be safe, wash your hands, wear your face mask, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.